How's it going, everybody? Rob right here today, and we are back with our Ottawa Senators franchise mode. And in today's episode, we will be taking on the Florida Panthers in round number 2 of the playoffs. And guys, can we get this video to 10 likes? You guys have been just killing it with the like goal, so can we do it again? I believe in you guys, and I think I believe in us in this series against Florida. I mean, the team who I don't think is as scary as the Tampa Bay Lightning, considering the fact that we have home ice advantage too. I mean, Florida was even less of an underdog than we were, or more of an underdog, I should say. They toppled first place Toronto, and we toppled second place Tampa Bay. So now it's time for the third and the fourth seed in the Atlantic to go head to head. But guys, let's go ahead and remind you of the lines before we get into this one. We've got Tkachuk, Stützle, Puljujarvi, who worked his way to that first line and has really looked good. Phil Kessel, you know what, picked his play up again on the second line. I mean, I didn't like him on the first line against like Kucherov and Stamkos in that first line and Point. I think it was Point and Kucherov, I think, and Palat were on their first line. Whatever it was really, really good and did not bode well defensively for Phil Kessel. Colin White and FORSBERG should allow him to play a very offensive game. Colin White and Philip FORSBERG both being, pretty good in their own end. Phil, not very good in his own end. 2.5 stars, whereas these guys are both 4 stars, which is nice to see. Then you got Formenton, Brown, and Dadonov. I really like this. It's a third line that's got some talent with Dadonov and Brown. And Formenton is a sniper who's got a pretty strong shot. I mean, he's not the greatest sniper in the world. And then finally, we have Jack ROSLOVIC with Norris and Jalopik. And I think actually ROSLOVIC's got a better shot than Formenton, which is actually pretty funny. I think I might do that. Give ROSLOVIC the extra ice time. He's got the better shot. We need something to change. That third line got bombed, so the big old minus there. So Norris in the fourth line looked okay. And then we have the defensive core with Shabbat and Hamilton leading the way, our 2 premier defenders up there at the top. Brandstrom with Manstrom. Brandstrom with Manson. And then Fowler with Sanheim. Oh my God. Anyway, Brandstrom here, still medium elite. Hopefully has a good playoff series, which really would spark some growth. Get him into at least, if he gets to an 85, I'm not going to be upset if he doesn't become elite. But then a goal, we got John Gibson, who we acquired earlier this year. Has been okay. I mean, I can't really blame him. 902, 312. It was a very offensive series. Hopefully against a team like the Florida Panthers, we don't have to rely on our offense as much, and we can have Gibson come to the rescue some of these times, or at least make it a little bit easier on him. But that depends on what the Florida Panthers lines look like, so let's go ahead and check those out. They've got Huberdeau, Barkov, and Ovechkin. Ovi is a Panther. This is, wow, that is nuts. The computer put together one hell of a first line, one of the best first lines in the league. Probably the best first line in the league, I'd say, with Huberdeau, Barkov, Ovechkin. The second line looks good as well. Anton Lindell centering Owen Tippett and Patrick Hornqvist. Borgstrom, Nick Foligno, and Brett Connolly. And then Gustav Nyquist with Haula and Sven Berchi. Gustav Nyquist is probably just upset at his playing time. That's why he's down to a 78. But hey, if he's going to be upset, maybe cause a locker room issue, I'm cool with that. But their center core is really deep. It's a good forward core. And defensively, actually, you know what? Okay, Ekblad and Shattenkirk, that's good. Shattenkirk is a little not as good for what you'd like to see. Then you got Yandel and Strawman. That's not very good for a middle pairing. And then their third pairing is Kolyachonok, and then Radko Gudas. 76 and 77. That's not that good. And in net, they got Sergei Bobrovsky still. They have not gotten rid of his 4 years, $10 million left for Bobrovsky. So he's a really good goalie, although he hasn't been playing well. So it's about which 2 elite goaltenders will step up in this series. But I do have a slight feeling it will be a very offensive series yet again. And our AHL team did make it through. So we can go ahead and get into the NHL series because that's the one we really care about. I don't want any consolation prizes like our AHL team winning anything. I want the NHL team to win. First period, it's 1-1. So both teams get off the mark early. And Ovechkin scores and Brown scores. So the third line, after being a very, very, heavy anchor last series, already gets off to a good start, moving Jack ROSLOVIC onto the second line. Ovi gets one on the power play from, where you'd expect Ovi to get one. Second period, both teams score. The third line again, Jack ROSLOVIC scoring, but Keith Yandel scores for them. Their top guys have come to play. It is 2-2. It comes down to this third period here on home ice. Hopefully the fans are what gives us the advantage. On the power play, speaking of advantage, we have a 2-man advantage that goes begging. No goals scored. 9 minutes to go here in the third period with 5 minutes to go. Surely a goal here would just decide the game. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. And it's going to be an overtime, guys. Since it's only game 1, I'm not going to hop into it. We are just going to watch it from the sim here. And so far, the first 5 minutes go off without a bang. Both teams getting a lot of shots. It's a very even game. This should be a very good series if the first game is any indication. But all that matters is the third line. And Logan Brown scores for your Ottawa Senators. And that's 3 points for Brown, 2 points for ROSLOVIC, 2 points for Dadonov. That third line, guys, looking very, very sharp here to start the series. Phil Kessel's happy because he got no points. Love to see that, Phil. Really happy for you, my guy. Maybe he's getting shots off and he's liking that. Anyway, all that matters is we're up 1-0 and our top guys didn't score. So if we can get our top guys going, that third line could be something to work with. Anyway, we got game number 2 here on home ice. Let's hope we can bag this one as well. Winning your games on home ice is crucial in the playoffs. I don't want to go on the road, go down to Florida, and try and pick up 1 or 2 down there. I mean, if we do, that's great, but I don't want to have to rely on that. First period sees us go up 1-0 as Formanton getting demoted to the fourth line scores. So it's our bottom 6 right now are the only guys to score for your Ottawa Senators, and our defenses look sharp. Second period, still looking. I thought I was going to jinx it. Norris on the fourth line. Man, our bottom 6 is killing it. Wow, 2-0. Shots are even. Team is playing really, really well. Balanced hockey, complimentary. And there goes the 76 overall defenseman getting a shot from the point to go into the net. Cuts the deficit in half. As we get halfway through the third period, though, we still have a 2-1 advantage with 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Come on, slam the door, Gibson. He keeps it closed. All right, that was a really long 1 second. I was really worried, but a 2-1 win there. If we go ahead and check out the stats, it is the bottom 6 with Manson, Chalopik, Norris, and Formanton. So Manson does get himself a point. Look at that. 9 minutes on the ice, and you're going to get one of the goals that is absolutely crucial to us advancing in the playoffs right now. But very quiet from the top 6. Don't mind that because I like our bottom 6 better than their bottom 6. You've got Nyquist maybe causing some issues there on the bottom 6, but I'll take it. We're up 2-0 in the series. I'm very happy about that. Gibson's allowed 3 goals through 2 games. I will definitely take that. It's not like Bobrovsky's playing poorly, right? 5 goals in 2 games is not horrible. It's actually pretty good. Their offense just hasn't been able to get it going. Anyway, we traveled down to Florida to take on the Panthers on their home ice for the first road game of the second round. First period, it is 1-1. Dadonov scores, and that third line is going berserk. Ovi scores, and there's their top guys getting into the action. They outshot us by 14, 21-7. Second period, holy crap, what a period as both teams really lit the lamp, but Logan Brown got a hat trick. Logan Brown, oh no, he doesn't, I'm sorry. Dadonov was the one who scored in the first period, but Logan Brown scores himself to Lindell, Yandel, then Kachuk scores, so that's our first goal from the top 6. Our first line scored, our second line still hasn't scored, but it's 4-4. What a series. I said both teams were playing good defensively. That kind of went out the window here in the third period. Everybody kind of found their shooting stick, and Philip Forsberg on the second line, and now every line has a goal in the series. That's what I want to see. I want to see goals from all 12 forwards. I want to see some points from the defense, and we get a power play here, an opportunity to extend the lead. And Ovi ties it. I thought for sure that was going to be us on the power play, and Ovi ties it. And Kevin Shattenkirk is going to... I was going to talk about... Oh my God, what? They scored 11 seconds apart. We pulled the goal. I was going to talk and get ready for overtime here, guys, but Kevin Shattenkirk with 34 seconds left gets Florida their first win of the series. A very, very offensive series. Florida finally breaks through John Gibson. Man, that Phil Kessel line. Phil Kessel was probably a good acquisition to get some more goal scoring on the special teams, but is it time to flip-flop him and Dadonov? It just might be. He's a -4. Dadonov's only a -2. I mean, the third line has been working. Do I switch it up? I need more from my star players. I'm going to move Dadonov up. Phil Kessel's going to go play on that third line, make it hopefully a third scoring line. Anyway, we lose the third game of the series up 2-1 still. Hopefully the Phil Kessel change doesn't come back to bite me. Hopefully our offense stays hot. We did score 5 goals. Can't give up 7. Come on, boys. Let's get it done. Game number 4, first period. 1-0. And Phil Kessel on the power play. That's why he's here. He's here to bring some goals, help out that special teams that was poor, just help our goals per game, period. Now, I'm not worried about our goals against per game because we are a very structured defensive team, but we just did need more goal scoring. Second period, Evgeny Dadonov now on the power play. So he doesn't exactly reward me for moving up in the lineup, but he does get one on the special teams, and special teams does prove to be the difference here. But again, Florida is severely outshooting us, which is concerning with back-to-back games in Florida here with them getting so many shots, us unable to capitalize on the power play for a third time, And right after that, Ovechkin loves to score. He gets right on the ice after we have a penalty, power play that doesn't work. He scores right out there. No more shenanigans at the end of the game, please. And as I say that, there are some shenanigans at the end of the game. They've scored 2 goals now with a tying goal with half a minute left or less. 34 seconds last game with Shattenkirk. 24 seconds. GIBSON, I just need you to focus, my guy, for the rest of the game. Although 41 shots against, can't really blame him for that. Let's go ahead and jump in and watch this overtime period and hopefully not let Florida tie it up 2-2. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, overtime period. Wow, this true broadcast, this one is low, I feel. Maybe it's just the arena, but there's Ovi. He's dangling, gets stood up by Hamilton. Wow, what a hit from Hamilton. He's going to find, up the boards, Puljujarvi, cross, shoots. Stützle can't score. We need our first line to score some goals. Puljujarvi, backdoor, there's Brady Tkachuk. And just about a minute and a half into overtime, we're going to get the winner. We go up 3-1, and Brady Tkachuk from the pass from Puljujarvi, a good work down low. We got it. We got right in, and what a quick overtime period that one was. That's great news for us, though. Man, the first line actually did come to play. I was afraid of Ovi, but Dougie Hamilton stood him up. Tkachuk slips in behind Shattenkirk, maybe looking to break the puck out. Didn't realize that they didn't pick it up there. Ekblad got turned by Puljujarvi, and I mean, there's really nothing that Bobrovsky can do there. I'll take it. Brady Tkachuk is the hero here in overtime of game number 4. Gotta love that. Love seeing your star players and your youngsters really taking that next step to the next level. Let's go ahead and jump out and get back to the calendar. All we need to do here, guys, is not allow a late period goal. Phil Kessel's actually leading the team in points, which is really interesting to see considering I keep bumping him down the lineup. He started the playoffs on the first line, started the second series on the second line, and is now on the third line. I mean, at some point he's going to end up scratched. I don't think I'm going to actually do that, but that's the way he's trending. But we're back on home ice after stealing one on the road. Can we play strong and solid and really lock it up in front of our home ice crowd, please? First period, 2-2. Patrick Hornqvist and Gudas score. Power play goal for Hornqvist, but a power play goal for Fowler, and there's our first line. They got their first taste of action in the last one in that overtime period. Now Puljujarvi wants more. Second period, Florida's up 3-2 as Nyquist and is throwing his hissy fit on the forward line. Still goes ahead and puts one home, gives Florida a 3-2 advantage, but not until Stützle, and the first line is coming alive. It is 3-3. We got a power play opportunity, can't capitalize on this one. And just after that, Manson scores at even strength. I was ready for Florida to be a goal for Florida. I figured with the amount of times that we've given up a goal right on the back of a power play, it had to be them. No late game shenanigans. Colin White, empty netter. That should mean we are into the Eastern Conference Finals, and there are no late game shenanigans. I was really worried right there for a second, guys, that those late game shenanigans were going to rear their ugly head again. That would have been the chokes of all choke. But let's go ahead and check out the stats. Who did well? Philip Forsberg +0, but actually had 2 points. Puljujarvi, wow, the first line had a good game. Anybody a minus? The Phil Kessel line was a minus, but you know what? He's out there for 10, 11 minutes a night. He's out there just to put in goals on the power play. Maybe get a lucky bounce or something. Drive some offense, maybe. I don't know. But either way, all that matters is we are facing the Washington Capitals in the Eastern Conference Final coming up. The Western Conference now is finally settled. It is Ottawa versus Washington, and over in the West, we have the battle for Alberta. In the Western Conference Finals, you've got the Calgary Flames up against the Edmonton Oilers. But guys, that is all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the Eastern Conference Finals.